Hi, friends. Let's get this party started. Thank you for joining me. First episode of Speak Crime to Me. Let's get this party started. Hopefully you guys are all going to be excited to join me on this fun new adventure. So on today's episode, I'm going to talk theories in relation to the Idaho four murders that occurred in mid-November. As many of you guys probably have read already, is the new affidavit that was released by investigators, police, middle of last week, I believe. And I think from releasing that affidavit, obviously there's a lot of questions out there that we still don't have answers to, but there's also a lot of theories out there. So I'm going to share today just some of those theories that I have read, share my opinion on those. And then, please in the comments put any questions. I will gather all those questions and we will talk about those in the next episode. So the first theory let's chat about is the DoorDash theory. I don't believe this theory at all, but I still feel like let me share it so I can get your guys' opinion on it. So as you all know from reading the affidavit, apparently Xana ordered DoorDash. It was delivered around 4 a.m. So there's a theory going out there that Brian, the suspect, actually called in that DoorDash order, excuse me. And the reason behind that theory is apparently Jack in the Box is located a half a mile from Brian's apartment. So a lot of people believe that he ordered that DoorDash. He placed it probably around, they're saying around 2:30. And 2:30 would correlate with the time that the bars closed in Idaho. And he asked for a no contact delivery and for it to be delivered around 3:30, 4 a.m. So he basically was circling. We do know, I think he circled 2 to 3 times before he actually entered the residence. So the theory behind that is that he was circling until the delivery was made. And that's when he knew he was waiting for the delivery to then make his entrance into the residence. So my thought behind this is I don't believe this because we know Xana's the one who supposedly placed the delivery and she answered the door. I think it was delivered like 4 a.m. So if he placed the order for her, why would she answer the door and even know that that delivery was coming? So that's why I debunk this theory, because to me, it just doesn't make sense on why she specifically would answer the door if she didn't know a delivery had been made. So with that theory, people are saying then Brian probably entered and he killed Maddie and Kaylee first. And as we know, and I'm going to put the picture here, the Jack in the Box delivery with Xana's name was found, or the bag was found in the kitchen. So again, refer to the photo. So then, Brian knew that delivery was coming. Apparently, Xana went downstairs to drop off the bag after she had finished eating. And then she caught Brian, and that's when Brian basically killed her in the bathroom. So again, I'm not sure I believe that theory. But some people now say with the DoorDash theory that possibly Brian maybe was a DoorDash deliverer and he had delivered multiple orders to that residence before. Again, I'm not sure I believe that theory, because if that was the case, I think we would have already found out that he was a DoorDash delivery person, but maybe not. Maybe that's still to come. So let me know what you guys think about these theories. Comment below. Interested to hear what you guys have to say. So let's talk a minute about the 911 call. Obviously, after reading the affidavit, a lot of people are questioning why it took Dylan 8 hours or so to call 911 if she had seen Brian leave the residence, let's say between like 4:20, 4:25, and then we know that the 911 call was made from one of the surviving roommates' phones around 11 a.m. Now, we don't know who was the voice of that phone call yet. All we know it was from one of the surviving roommates' phones. So, here's a couple of theories I read about the 911 call. Apparently, it's either a guy friend or a friend of a friend got to the house and saw Dylan outside hyperventilating, and the male friend then took her phone, and Dylan then, sorry, let me back up. So basically, this friend saw Dylan outside. She was on the phone to 911. She was hyperventilating. So then the friend took the phone from her. Dylan then fainted, and then that's why the 911 call was said, someone is out here unconscious. Other people are also saying that maybe Dylan was on some kind of drugs or alcohol, and maybe, she didn't want to call the cops because she didn't want to get in trouble. I've also read that, and I'm a huge mental health advocate over here, so I don't want to speculate on this theory too much. And I should have disclaimed this at the beginning, but these are just theories. Nothing has been proven. So please, please, please take all of this with a grain of salt. Please do your own research, and just remember that I'm just sharing theories out there. These are not, have been discussed publicly by any law enforcement investigators or anything like that. So some people are saying that Dylan might have suffered from like some PTSD and some stuff in her past, and maybe that's also why she was scared and didn't call 911 right away. Other people are saying that in the affidavit it says that Dylan originally went to sleep in her second floor bedroom. It seems like she had a bedroom downstairs with the other roommate, I think her name is Bethany, but was moving to the second floor bedroom because their sixth roommate had moved out. So some are saying originally she was on the second floor, and then maybe at some point she went downstairs with Bethany. I don't know why she would have done that if she said she locked herself in her room, but lots of questions there still and theories about this 911 call. So let's just talk about some other theories out there about Brian and maybe about the killings and things like that. So there's a theory out there that Brian wanted to date one of the girls, and she did not want to date him, and he wanted to take revenge out on her. Again, this could be, we don't know the connection, if he's known these girls prior or how he targeted this specific house. I think that is going to come. However, note, there have been some past Brian friends that have come out of the woodwork, but we still have not heard from a girlfriend, which a lot of people are saying is very strange. So it seems like he has probably not had a girlfriend in the past. So if he hasn't had a girlfriend, to me, he probably would be a little bit more sensitive if people are turning him down. But it makes me question, if he's never had a girlfriend and he was really wanting to date one of these girls in the house, maybe why he waited till now to kill a girl, because I would think that he would have this stalker behavior for a long time if girls rejected him. So again, I don't know what you guys think about that, but for some reason we know he targeted this house, and we just don't know the reason why yet. Along with those kind of theories and the killing, so some people are saying that he never intended to kill Xana and the boyfriend, Ethan. Just that Xana probably, again, speculation, that she saw him somehow, probably when she went to take down the DoorDash delivery bag downstairs to the kitchen. That Dylan probably spotted him when she was doing that, and then I don't know if you guys have heard this theory. I'm going to post a photo of this, and it's funny because I have this sign. I wouldn't say it's the exact sign, but it's LED and it says good vibes in my house. And so I'm kind of about this theory. So apparently, and you'll see on this photo that I share, that there's a good vibes sign possibly near Dylan's room or Xana's room, and that Brian was blinded by the light of the good vibes sign, that when Dylan spotted Brian, he did not spot her because of the light of the sign. Again, I have one of these signs in my house. It does at night, it does bring in a lot of light, but I wouldn't say the light is so intense to where I would feel blinded by it. It's more to me of like a night light that it lights up a room. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Do we know that Brian had to have walked right past Dylan because of how he had to exit the residence. So we know Dylan saw him. I'm thinking that he had to have seen her. But again, there's others that think that maybe he got blinded by this sign or maybe he didn't see her. And, brings up the question, if he did see her, why did he pass by her and not kill her? Some are saying that he probably did not anticipate killing Xana and Ethan. And so since he had killed the 4, he was just too exhausted and he had to leave. I don't know. We know that he committed these crimes within a very short time frame. But again, if he had been stalking the house, he knew that at least 5 girls lived there, even if he didn't know that Ethan was going to be in the home at that time. So what do you guys think? Do you think that he saw Dylan? And if you think that he saw Dylan, why did he just let her, why did he not kill her, I guess is the better question. All right, so let's just chat about quickly about the timeline and the order of which things happened and things like that. So we know that Xana basically picked up the DoorDash order at about 4 a.m. And probably shortly after that, since Brian had been circulating, I don't think I'm saying that right, the residence at least 2 or 3 times prior to that. I mean, think about how ironic it is if Brian didn't know that the DoorDash delivery was coming, because, I mean, he could have gotten caught right then. So we know at 4 a.m. she got the delivery, probably went upstairs with that, and I'm sure Brian probably entered the residence within a couple minutes after that, especially probably watching the DoorDash delivery guy leave the residence. So my guess is he probably entered the residence within a few minutes after that delivery and obviously probably killed Maddie and Kaylee first. A lot of people are saying he killed Maddie first. I don't know why that would matter. We know they're sleeping in the same room. We don't know, again, was his intent just to kill Maddie and Kaylee and then leave the residence? Was his intent to kill all 6 of them? Or I guess he wouldn't have known 6 was there. So all 5 of them. And then we know that Xana was awake until at least 4:12 a.m. because she was on, her phone records show she was on TikTok until at least 4:12. So say he entered around 4:05. Xana was upstairs eating her food, killed the 2 girls, Maddie and Kaylee. And then we know that Xana at some point went downstairs to leave that bag. So, or I'm sorry, Xana was on, I think they say TikTok. Sorry, I'm reading my notes. Some say 4:12, some say 4:17. So let's just say 4 a.m. the food, 4:04, 4:05 he enters the residence. So we know that Xana is awake. She probably takes the bag downstairs, or maybe she's on TikTok and then takes the bag downstairs around 4:17. So again, we've kind of talked about this earlier that, Xana possibly could have seen Brian at this time taking the bag, and we know someone said someone is here. I think Dylan said she thought it was Xana. So let's just say the theory is Xana says to Ethan, wakes him up and says somebody is here. And, but begs the question, if Brian heard that. So, sorry, I'm going on a lot of different tangents. So let's do two theories here. Let's say one, Xana brought the bag downstairs, heard that somebody was here, woke up Ethan and said, someone is here. If that is the case, why didn't Brian just leave then if he heard them say somebody is here? Or another possibility is Xana took the bag down. Brian went, after killing the two girls, went to Xana's room, had killed Ethan, and then... No, I'm thinking that... My guess is that he killed the two girls on the third floor, went downstairs, Maddie saw him, and that is why she was killed in the bathroom. And then after that, he probably then kills Ethan. I don't know, though. What do you guys think? Because we do know that Dylan hears the dog barking first, or playing with the dog. So that's probably when, and apparently the dog was in Kaylee's room, and they were found in Maddie's room. So the dog was probably barking when Brian was killing those two girls. I guess the big thing is we just don't know is... Did Xana see him and he killed Xana first and then went back to kill Ethan? Or what? I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't even know if that's this important, but curious to hear what you guys think on that. So these are the latest theories that I have been reading in the last... Oh, I have another theory. Sorry, guys. Have you guys heard of the whole relation with BTK? So, as you guys know, Brian was a criminal defense student, a PhD student, and apparently he was studying under a professor who has written, I think, 2 to 3 books about the killer BTK. Apparently this professor is also in contact with BTK as he's in jail, and some were alluding to the fact if maybe Brian, because of the connection with this professor, that maybe Brian was talking to BTK on the side. I believe that BTK has come out and said that he has never spoken to Brian. However, he did mention similarities between his first killing and this of Brian's with the 4 students. I believe BTK did kill 4 people his first killing. So, possibly since Brian was studying under this professor, he could have been studying under BTK. So I just thought that was interesting. I mean, what do you guys think? I'm thinking with him being this criminal PhD student that he probably was studying under other serial killers, and I could see the relation with this one. But do you guys think this has been Brian's first killing, or do we think that he has killed before? I'm guessing that I'm not saying he's definitely killed. I think he's probably definitely done harm before, but I want to know what you guys think. So please, in the comments below, let me know your thoughts or questions, and we will answer them the next video. So where do we go from here? So I believe on Tuesday or Wednesday, there is a preliminary hearing scheduled. And in this hearing, it's supposedly when Brian will say guilty, not guilty. We all know he's going to say not guilty. However, a lot of people are saying that this hearing could be canceled due to the fact is if Brian and his defense team feel like the evidence is not strong enough, that's when they would usually have this preliminary hearing. I believe this is what it is. or this is the case. So a lot of people are saying that since the evidence is pretty strong from just the first affidavit, that he probably, or the court will probably cancel this hearing. So we'll have to wait and see what happens this coming week, in the next couple of days, what happens with this case. I'm going to continue to do some research, find out all the latest theories, to keep sharing those with you all. I'm also going to probably be looking into some other cases that we can chat about. But please, please, please comment below. Leave questions so we can answer those. I'm hoping to do a couple of videos a week. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you guys like this video and subscribe, and let's chat again soon.